Alright, welcome back, boys and girls. I know it's been a while since I made a video. I just been busy with doing a lot of work and a lot of stuff going on in my free time. So today we're going to be working on Pap's tractor. So the other day I started working on the PTO right here. I started working on this. So the PTO is shot in it. It won't spin if you turn the switch on. It needs a new PTO put in it. But it's not as simple as just getting any old PTO. These ones are more of a fun PTO. These ones are electric PTO. They bolt down in the frame down here. If you can see that, if I can get the camera right. They bolt down in there. They bolt down there. There's a bolt back here, back in here on this piece of the frame. And if you see, there's a drive shaft that runs into it that goes through this hole. So it'll go through your radiator, then comes out the other side and bolts into your motor. Right into the main shaft in the motor, it bolts right into. But the more fun part is having a electric PTO switch on it. So it's here. I know the PTO's shot in it from when Pap was still alive running it. This tractor used to cut all the grass at the farm. So it used to cut the farmhouse. It cut the farmhouse grass. It cut great grandma's grass. It cut around the new dairy barn. And it cut around all the equipment sheds and the grain bins over at the other side of the house. But maybe we'll do another video some other day over at the farmhouse. I was just over there today doing a bunch of weed eating and going through a bunch of stuff. Trying to get that place settled so I can get moved in there and start remodeling it. But we've had a bunch of stuff going on lately. So I finally got into my shop, and there's some other stuff I'm doing in the shop here. So tonight I just got the radio system set up in it. You can see I got the old gas can, the old metal good gas cans. I got the old one put up there. I got that Chevy rim piece. That's been up there for a while, but I found out on the side of the road. But another thing I've been into was I got my free to me parts washer done. So I had to wire a new switch into it and put all new wiring. The switch was shot. The guy got off. It was a good family friend. He thought the pump was shot in it. But pump's still good. It runs and all that. Then moved the workbench over here into this corner. And it was sitting over here along this wall in my past videos, if y'all have seen them. So it sat over here. I had that parts washer, the forge over here on its cart, that black shelf, the pressure washer, the rototiller was all sitting over here along this wall in the corner. So I got everything moved around so there's a little more space now. And so that was also sitting over here in the corner, but I'm just leaving that there for right now. That's a different project. I had to weld. Then after I welded it, it needs the cushions and all that put back on. That's a whole other different project that's been sitting here for a while. Then another thing I done is I got this metal wagon for free. Got it painted up and redone, put back together. The only thing that's missing is just the side walls, because they need repainted. They're actually sitting back under here, right there. Sitting back there, needing painting again. Now, one of the other things I gotta do at some point is I've been meaning to get at this deck, haven't had time, but I need to get this deck put back together as a shed deck. This deck came off the 710 over there when I got it. And I just haven't put it back together after it's been repainted. So then I actually got a lot of stuff moved around in here tonight after I got back from my house. So got the 912 over there, and it's got the blade on it, because I was using it to do a little dirt work. This thing sucked to do dirt work, but I got the snow blade put on it. The 710 still sitting over here. It was out in the sun. It was actually out of the workshop for a day. I drug it out for one day when I had a party. I drug 710 out, 912, the Gravely over here. Don't mind that yellow thing, that's not important right now. That's a whole different story from a whole different story of what's going on in my life right now. But we'll get to that later. Then I had the Yanmar out. The Yanmar actually drug this out and drug it back in with no problem. And another thing I've been working on is I have a buddy of a sawmill, and I had this piece, and that big piece was all one chunk of log that was cut. And I've been working on, I got that board done and stained. I got this board done and stained. I just have to do the back side of this board. But these two are going to be end tables for my house. And that big long board, that's going to be a coffee table making for my house. And you guys haven't seen these. They've been shoved in my shop here for a little bit now. That's a motor off a rototiller that mounts on the back of a tractor. And that's a water pump motor that I just had sitting in here. And for a while I was working on redoing this cart, putting new pieces on it, putting new wheels. But welder crapped the bed and was playing with my bolts or my clips here, getting them freed up because they were on the truck. And running it, with them being on in winter and running it all the time, the salt got to them and seized them up. I always keep tripping over this. I either keep knocking it over or tripping it over, but that's an old farm tool that was there at the farmhouse. This tool, and there's a bunch of old farm tools over there on the bottom of the shelf, and some laying up behind the shelf back there. They're getting cleaned up. And so I just got a whole bunch of stuff here in the shop, and some of it doesn't need any attention, but some of it does. I still gotta make legs for the table, for the free tables. I gotta make legs. I gotta cut, I want to say 8 or 9 more legs, then maybe cut some supports. Maybe. Depends on if I feel like it and if I feel like it needs it. 912 carburetor's being iffy on it, but the tractor always gives me iffy and gives me the most problems on the carb. Gravely actually got out and had it working a couple weeks ago and got it to actually not be a pain in my rear end for once. But put it in the toolbox drawer. Keep smacking it. But what I want to get done tonight is pulling the PTO back off. It sounds terrible when you start revving the engine up. It sounds terrible. It just sounds bad. So I can get most of my junk out of my way. But that problem's gonna be fixed another day once I finally get everything settled at the farmhouse, get moved in, and all that. So what we're gonna get done right now is we're gonna pull this PTO off, and we're gonna get the drive shaft taken off, pull that back off, probably maybe put the cover on, put the side cover back on tonight. But I know it's been a while since you guys seen the video. This tractor has gotten some work done to it. I had to actually break down and put a new starter on it. So the old starter was fried. So my brother-in-law took it up to Zorko's. That place rebuilds starters, and you can get new starters. I got starters for the 710 over there, but that thing is a completely different story with starters. And that thing just bugs me to no end with starter problems. I went through technically 3 starters now on that tractor. It just destroys starters. And those aren't the fun, cheap starters either. Those are the gear drives. And so I had the starter on that I originally got. Then that starter was junk. And then I put a new starter on it. It broke the one magnet inside the starter. Then after it did that, I took both starters, combined them into one starter, so that's the third starter, and it shoots through that one. So, key word is, these gear starters are not fun. But let's get into the video of getting this done. So, if I can find a good spot for the camera, y'all can see me. Oh, Trying to see if there's a good angle. You guys seeing what I'm doing. But, maybe. Don't get my way back here. Maybe you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe. Maybe. So we're going to get started by pulling the drive shaft off. That's the most long part to do. And now I remember why I had to flick a screwdriver out. So we got a pry bar in here, and these are actually brand new. This is actually brand new pry bar. That's another story. Girlfriend ain't happy at me right now. Since I just went and bought a bunch of tools, and she got mad at me for I shouldn't be spending a bunch of money on tools and tractors right now. And that's a different story involving that yellow one sitting there in the shop. So we're going to get this off.
Make a change this fall at Westmoreland County Community College. Whether you're looking for in-person, remote, or online classes, Westmoreland, Indiana offers several learning options so you can attend classes that fit your schedule. We're conveniently located next to the ICCC at 439 Hamel Road. Fall classes start August 17th. Visit westmoreland.edu/fall or call 724-925-4039. Get started at Westmoreland County Community College and save thousands. Your new career awaits at Westmoreland County Community College.
You are not alone. If you or someone you love is struggling with an addiction problem, including drugs, alcohol, gambling, help is available, and it's free and confidential. The Open Door in Indiana offers 24/7 crisis intervention, treatment services, and medication-assisted treatment to support your
Come
health.
on.
Call the Open Door today at 1-877-333-2470. Talking to a counselor is a powerful first step. Don't wait. Reach out today and take the step toward a better tomorrow.
When there's a death in your family, the John A. Leftow Funeral Home has been a premier choice for services for over 27 years. Hi, this is Travis Leftow, and at the Leftow Funeral Home, we provide traditional services, cremation options, and free arrangements. The directors at the Leftow Funeral Home provide you with caring, compassionate service, and helpful advice. When you need us, the Leftow Funeral Home is there for you and your family. To learn more, call the Leftow Funeral Home. Call today at 724-463-4499. That's 724-463-4499. Online at leftoutfuneral.com to learn how simple pre-planning can give your family peace of mind. The John A. Leftow Funeral Home for over 27 years, serving Indiana County with dignity, compassion, and excellence.
You can bring Indiana County high school sports and more to thousands of viewers. Rendez Digital TV and your hometown radio stations are hiring part-time video producers and part-time camera operators to bring high school sports action and more to life with live video stream broadcasts on Rendez Digital TV. If you've got an eye for the game and a love for media, we want you on our team. Get in the game. Apply now to Indiana jobs at rendezmedia.com to be part of the excitement.
Render Media's biggest event of the year is back. The vault is packed with hundreds of dollars in cash and prizes when your chance to win starts now. Tune in Monday through Friday to your hometown radio stations or stop by participating businesses to qualify for a chance to unlock the vault. Get registered today at Tiger Meat and Walk Covering, Muscle Forest, and Garden Center. Don't hold for sale and transport and Plaza. The YMCA of Indiana County, the DP Cafe, and the Jimmy Stewart Airport. Keep listening all through the long for a chance to win big little vaults.
America's favorite trucks and SUVs are all set during the Ford Summer Sales event at Winter Ford. Qualified buyers enjoy 0% for 36 months, no payments for 90 days, 2 years of free emissions, and $1,000 toward your down payment. Also on F-150s, Rangers, Super Duty pickups, Broncos, Escapes, Explorers, and more. The Summer Sales event is on at Indiana County Ford Experts, Winter Ford, Route 119, Horse Shop anytime at winterford.com. Here's your accurate forecast. Tonight will be mainly clear and humid with a low of 61. Tomorrow expect good conditions.
So after you get those 4 bolts out of there, this thing's kind of tricky to do. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. This thing might be... I might have to set you guys back down and do this with 2 hands. This thing is a little tricky to do it one-handed. At least trying to get it off the engine. There we go. Get that off the engine. Get this where I can slide that shaft out of there. Then gets pulled out of here without messing anything up. So this drive shaft is what runs from the engine to the PTO to spin the PTO. So we're gonna set this aside for now. Gonna hope we'll watch macking around everywhere. See if I remember which size this bolt is. Should be a 13. Yep, 13. And here comes the fun part. Gotta crawl under it. It's a little tricky holding your phone, trying to get tools moved. But here's a slick thing. So, I got this for free. My dad got it from his work, well, from his old work, from the old plant he worked at. And it was just a promotional item, one of the freebies they got in with one of their trucks. But you flip it up, and of course the pull thing's over on the other side. Let me just put you guys over there. I need two hands to do this. So you pull this lock, that thing pivots, and you can make a chair out of it, like this, or spin it around, make it easier on myself. But if you pull the pin again, it's gonna let it lay down and be a creeper. So this makes my 4th creeper I have. Yeah, my 4th one. I got this red one I got for free. I got a blue one I bought a while back when I was first doing some oddball jobs. And I got 2 wooden ones that they were each my grandparents. But we don't have any nice ones like this at work. But we're gonna get down here, crawl under here. This ratchet doesn't have. Alright, you guys gotta give me a second. So, there you go. You guys can look up the underside. Okay, it's set to tighten. So you have to turn it so it's set to loosen. So it's got 3 bolts down here that you gotta loosen up. And if you guys ever have tried to film videos and fix stuff at the same time, it's not fun. But at least I don't do this at work. We do a completely different thing at work, which is a not so fun thing. We gotta take pictures of all the client stuff, and so that's not my favorite part about it, but and also dealing with the headaches there at work. But probably all I need for the ratchet. Should be finger tight well, should be finger loose. Not that one, but this one is. Wish my girlfriend would stop calling me. She's kind of interrupting me right now. She did this last night. I wasn't filming videos, trying to work on stuff, and kind of irritated me a little bit. Sometimes she doesn't get when I'm busy. I'm trying to do stuff and I can't enter the phone. But we gotta go around, unplug the PTO, pick it up, pick it out of there, and we're at least doing that tonight. We'll put the side panel on it another time. Maybe we'll make that another video. There we go. This side is me. Oh, my finger. Alright, you guys, I have to have 2 hands for this. I just messed up my thumb again. So, where to set you? There ain't a real good spot for this. Let's just lean you up right there. Pull the skin off. It's fine. Few little words I'm trying not to say as I'm trying to break the habit. Come on. There we go. Got it out now. Finally got it out. But yeah. Hit my new tool back. Yeah. My girlfriend ain't happy. I just spent money on tools today. I went and bought a set of pry bars, so I got, it was a set of 4. I got this one, I got a little longer one, I got the tiny one, and I got the big ones in the top of the box. It won't fit in the doors. That's not fun. And the other thing she wasn't real happy about is I went and bought a set of bits. So instead of using Allen wrenches, I can put these sockets on ratchets. And so yeah, the whole reason why she wasn't happy at me, because we just found out a couple weeks ago that we're having a little one, so she's not happy at me with me spending money on a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need. Also falls in key of why I got this yellow Alice, this B10, is because I'm having a little one. So this is going to be my little one's first tractor. Don't mind the blanket over the seat. That's just because I'm a filth ball about 24/7 hours out of the day. And it's got a white seat on it. That white seat ain't going to be white after I'm on it. Especially because I work in the mechanic shop 40 hours a week for my real job. And farming and free time, farming my free time and all that. It's not going to stay white after me, because I'm filthy just from doing a little bit of work because I had today off. So this tractor is going to be my first kid's tractor. It's going to be my kid's first tractor. So they got a nice one. And I'm going to try to get the 710 going this winter, so you might see some videos on it. That's if I got the money in the time to do it. But it might be done at my brother-in-law's house. Well, my brother-in-law's shop for us to work on. So that's going to be a new setting for you guys. You guys never seen down there yet. But I'm trying to get the 710 fixed before my kid comes. And when my kid gets a little older, we're going to take my kid's B10, my 710 to shows. And at some point I'm doing a tractor for my girlfriend. We haven't really decided on colors and all that, but we might be doing a pink one, a pink Alice. Because my sister has a Cub Cadet 122, I think, or it's a 102, something like that. That's Malibu Barbie pink with sparkles. That's her show track. That's my sister's show tractor. So we might be doing an Alice like that, or we just might be doing a cleaned up orange Alice for my girlfriend. Well, I spent today moving furniture for them. And then after I got done, I spent some time with her. So I had to move furniture for her parents. But this B10 is actually really nice. It's fully redone. This was actually the tractor club that I was a part of. I haven't been there for a while. Haven't paid my dues in a while. So this used to be, well, this was a raffle tractor last year. My brother-in-law won it. Technically his dog won it because he put his dog's name down on the ticket. So technically his dog won it. But it's actually a really clean tractor. He had it cutting grass last Friday, the 3rd, July 3rd. I don't even know what today's date is. It's July something. But I took this through the parade last Friday. Our town did a 4th of July 250th parade. So a bunch of us took tractors through the parade for the club. That's the first club thing I've been to in a couple months. But it's actually a real clean tractor. I didn't remember it was in gear. But this is actually a real clean tractor. But I think this might be the end of it. Maybe. I think that's going to be it for the night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm tired. I need to go home, check on the dog, see if the dog was good today. And the only two tractors I own that aren't here are my WD that's sitting out at a buddy's house, and my 416 ain't here because it's down where my grandparents and where my mom lives. It's down at my mom's house right now, where I can cut grass for her. I can cut grass for my grandparents and at their house because they only live a block over, a block down from my mom's house. So that thing gets used every week. And I just resharpened the blades on it last night. But I think that's going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's going to be it for tonight. So have a good night, y'all.